Semen retention. Facing your fears. I'm going to give you guys a story about how semen retention has helped me overcome my own fears. And not just that, but learn how to make better decisions that is best for my life. You know, when we're not on semen retention, when we basically trying to go from childhood to manhood, we may settle for short-term pleasures. And this is the ultimate difference between, say, a boy and a man. A man looks and plans for his future with stability and a life, whatever the life he wants to have, whatever that may be, you know? It doesn't have to be a job and security. It could be whatever he wants it to be, the life that he wants. Every man is different. But what is he willing to sacrifice in order to reach that? So a boy would not look at that. He would just go for short-term pleasures. Oh, I'm gonna just fuck this random bitch right here. I'm just gonna go for this short-term pleasure and not plan for the future. So he makes no sacrifices. Semen retention teaches you to sacrifice short-term pleasure. It teaches you to sacrifice porn and stuff like that, short-term, quick dopamine hits, so that you can have a better life for yourself in the future. And once you develop that character, that value, that virtue of sacrificing a little short-term pleasures, you now carry that muscle that you've built within yourself, and you will start to make better decisions. You know what, maybe I don't want to do this. I'd rather go do that so that I can, because that will give me whatever it is I want to build for my future in my life. And also, why I say overcome fears. So this is two parts. That, because you're going to make better decisions, long-term commitments. A committed man, a committed, disciplined, well-rounded, balanced man is what makes a man divine. And the other case is overcoming your fears. You start to develop a sense of ownership. I own myself. I own my body. And I own, how do I say this? I own whatever happens to me. You develop a greater sense of self-respect and responsibility for your actions, for what you do, because you know if you give up that will, that you give up that responsibility and just, like, say, blow your load or just fuck a random girl that will contribute nothing to your life but a quick dopamine hit, you lost respect for yourself because you gave up your will and responsibility that you could have used to have better for your life. Now, are you really going to sacrifice giving up your future for a quick little pleasure? That's why men sometimes cheat. They give up for that quick little pleasure, and then they fuck up their relationship, or they end up, facing bad karma. They end up facing repercussions in their marriage or something like that. All for the pleasure principle. So the reality principle is when you shouldn't do that, and you actually have the discipline, will, self-respect, and discipline, responsibility for your actions. Okay, so that's the main thing. Second one is the confidence. Because of all this confidence and self-respect and discipline, you have now built this internal strength that you can carry wherever you go, right? So now you have the sense of, I can do this. I own myself. Whatever happens to me, I am taking responsibility. And you hold that to such a high standard, which you should be holding yourself to a high standard. You hold yourself to such a high standard that you want nothing for the best for yourself, and you're not going to disrespect yourself. So this is where it comes from. Let me get back on track. I'm already thinking too much. It goes back to overcoming fears. being comfortable in your own skin, having a sense of I can do this, having a sense of will, power of yourself internally, not externally. You're not showing off to the world this power, only yourself. It's you and you. How do I feel today? What am I going to go through today? Doesn't matter, I got this. Brahmacharya, celibacy. It's not just celibacy, but brahmacharya is, one aspect of semen retention. You're holding the semen because the semen builds so many different aspects of your life. Your mental power, your mental will. You have a sense of stability in your mind and your emotions. You're not going to be swayed by Maya, the external world, the society. You're going to be centered, balanced, masculine, and feminine. Femininity is not bad. It doesn't necessarily mean emotion. Feminine is powerful. Feminine is seeing the beauty of things, having a balance to remain still and acknowledge and appreciate the beauty. Now, what am I trying to get at? It's hard to explain, but you will have such appreciation of life that you don't get attached to these things, but you're still present. You're here, but not of, if that makes sense. You're here, experiencing, appreciating, but you're not attached, emotionally attached, and of the world, of the situation, the experience that you're going through. So, therefore, the fear goes away because you realize the fear is not real. You realize that the fear is an illusion in your mind. But the semen retention helps you overcome that illusion by giving that illusion the energy and power you gave to that illusion. You own it with yourself, and now that power is real, but of competence. You have a greater sense of the world, man. This shit's beautiful. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks, guys, for listening.